Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today's lesson is Comparing and Scaling 3.1. It takes place on page 34, problems A through F. The problems are the ACE problems 1 through 3, 13 through 18, and 33. Your learning target is I can use a table to solve math problems. So let's take a look at our notes for today. And our notes for today aren't really notes, it's more of a how-to. Um, Rather than go on and make you do the same table twice, I'll just ask you to go to page 34 and basically start the lesson. And here's basically a how-to. We have three different calculators we can purchase for school. Fraction calculators, scientific calculators that have tangent, cotangent, all those fun buttons, and graphing calculators, which are super fancy. And we want to make a table. Now there's lots of different ways we can go about this. For example, if I know that 20 fraction calculators cost $120, I will know that 10 of them will cost 60. I know 5 will cost 30, and if I divide that 30 by 5, I can figure out that each one costs $5. If I do the same thing, well, I can't quite do that with the scientific calculators. I know that 15 of them cost $2.40. I can't exactly cut that in half the way I did with that other one. So instead I'm going to have to find a unit rate of 240. And a unit rate, remember, is a ratio where I find the cost of one, or the amount one is worth. And in this case, if I divide it out, well, let's see here, 24 goes into this 4 times. I have 4 left over. I bring down that 0. I get 40. So that means each calculator is going to cost... Oh, wait. What am I doing? This is going to be embarrassing. You guys are going to laugh at me. Go ahead, stand up, point at me, and say, "Ha, Mr. Briggs." We divide by 15. That's right. And if I divide by 15, I get 90. And I know that if I do 15 goes into 90, well, 2 15s make 30, and 4 15s will make 60, and following that pattern, I get 16. So each scientific calculator costs $16. Sorry about that. And if I have 10 graphing calculators costing me 800, I know that 5 will cost 400. I know that if 5 costs 400, if I divide this whole thing out, I will actually get each graphing calculator costing $80. Okay, now I can just multiply times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, times 10, times 15, times 20, and solve for all of the rest of this table. Now, why do we use a table? Well, because you can use them to find benchmarks. Think about the price for a dozen or a half dozen donuts. Think of buying a 12-pack of soda. Think of buying a case of soda. We use these benchmarks all the time, and finding the unit rates helps us compare the costs of a lot of these items. Our homework is going to be on, or I should say your coursework, your practice work is for this lesson. It starts on page 34, problems A through F. It's going to be ACE 1 through 3, 13 through 18, and 33. Have fun.